Hello people, welcome to another episode of Grand Football Weekly, and it's yours truly, Mr. Chiggs. How have you been? I know it's been a while, but we are back and we are bigger and we will be better in 2025. Happy New Year to you. I know it's nearly the end of January, but Happy New Year to you because this is our first video together. So yeah, welcome back. We will be looking at Gameweek 23. But before we do that, as we normally would do, we would look at Gameweek 22 and see what's happened, in the previous week before we look at Game Week 23. Yeah, okay, let's go right into it. Boom. Newcastle versus Bournemouth. No one expected that result. No one saw Bournemouth going away, even if they thought Bournemouth could win, not by the margin they won by. Bournemouth winning that one 4-1. That was what you can call an annihilation of Newcastle. Newcastle were just not at the races. So well done to Bournemouth. Kluivert getting a hat-trick and Kerkez with a beautiful goal as well. Guimaraes with the only goal for Newcastle, but it was to no avail. I mean, when he scored, he would have thought, yes, we can go on and win because he was still just getting to 1-1 then, but Bournemouth were just too strong. They were good all over. And you have to remember, they didn't have their strikers. Evan Nielsen was injured. The replacement, Enes Unal, was also injured. So well done to Bournemouth, playing without a known striker, and went ahead and did the job. So well done to them. Brentford versus Liverpool. Brentford versus Liverpool. Liverpool, would you say they were lucky with that one? But that's what teams that are going for titles do. They find a way. They find a way to win. And they did that. Well done to Liverpool, winning 2-0 away from home at Brentford. Brentford missed chances as well, but Liverpool bringing on Nunes, who's on his normal day misses a lot of chances, but at least on the day he buried those 2 chances he got, and well done to him for doing that. Leicester versus Fulham. Leicester versus Fulham. Fulham also winning that one away from home. Leicester, I don't know what's going on. Vardy's not firing and everyone else is just on the same wavelength. So they lost that one 2-0 as well away from home. Not good. West Ham versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace going away again with a win, a good win as well, 2-0 away from home. That was a very, very interesting game, and you could see that they came out all guns blazing. And by the way, I haven't mentioned people's names because no one has actually got the correct score until this game, where Chris has got the correct score. He's predicted 2-0 to Crystal Palace. So well done to Chris. Well done to Chris. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Another day in the office, bad day at the office, where Arsenal couldn't capitalize on leading 2-0 in that game and ending up drawing 2-2 in the game, which was a bit annoying for an Arsenal fan, but you have to keep carrying on. You have to keep going. The title race isn't completely over yet, but it's hanging on a thread. So any more, bad results, even a draw, we might just say that's it. That's it, finished. The only consolation is Liverpool drew the week before and we won. And now this week they won and we drew. So it just kind of like evens itself out. So that's the only consolation. If it was they won last week just like we did and then they won again this week, that's it. It would be 11 points. Well, mathematically 11 points because you'd assume that Liverpool should win that game in hand against Everton. But it's never an easy game, but they could win it. Anyway, Arsenal drawing 2-2. And well done to David. David got the correct score. And because this was one of our star games, he also got 10 points for this one. Well done to David. Yep. Everton versus Tottenham. Everton versus Tottenham. Everton stealing that one 3-2, winning 3-2 after leading comfortably, and it looked very, very, very shaky at the end. But they gifted David Moyes a win in his return to Goodison. Yeah, and credit to me, I got the correct score of 3-2. Remember the last time I credited myself? It's been a long time, so I'm happy. And it was a good one because no one else shared it with me, so it's just me. Yeah. Man United versus Brighton. Bad result for the Red Devils, as they call themselves. Man United, they lost at home with a Onana howler in the game. They lost 3-1 to Brighton. Brighton were very good, so that means Brighton beat them home and away. It's not normally said in the Premier League that this happens, but it's happened now in this season for Man United. So, not a good result for Man United, but they normally would find a way to bounce back. So let's hope when we look at Game Week 23, they will bounce back based on the game they are playing. Nottingham Forest versus Southampton. Nottingham Forest versus Southampton. That one as well became very, very tight because Nottingham Forest were winning comfortably, and at the end they almost nicked a draw. Southampton almost got a draw, but credit to I know who was on the line to clear it out from a corner. So Nottingham Forest, are they in the title race, would you say? We'll see. But yeah, credit to them. They got the job done. They got the 3 points, and well done to them. And shout out to OK Chuku, who got the correct score of 3-2. Well done to you, okay? Well done. Ipswich versus Manchester City. Haha, this game, Man City came prepared. They came prepared. Would you say because Calvin Phillips wasn't playing? Not necessarily, because they've got other good players in the team. I think what happened to Ipswich is they tried to play, because they know Man City haven't been great this season, so probably they tried to play, attacking football and see if they can catch them on the break and all that, but it didn't work because City just tore them apart, winning 6-0. I think that's the best result so far this season by any team, with the goal margin, 6-0. So well done to Man City for getting that result. Chelsea versus Wolves. Everyone expected Chelsea to win, but it wasn't that easy. But this is the game where quite a lot of people actually predicted the outcome of 3-1. Well done to all of them. Shout out to King T, shout out to Osita, shout out to Finn, shout out to Kiki, shout out to Eddie Great. These are the people who predicted 3-1, and that was how it finished. So well done to them. So we move to Game Week 23. Game Week 23. The games are coming thick and fast, and we are going to be looking at the games for that week. And we start with Bournemouth versus Nottingham Forest. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. In fact, because of how interesting we think it will be, it is one of our star games. And I have gone for a Bournemouth win. Bournemouth are in good form, even at home and away from home. So I see them getting a win in this one, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Bournemouth. It will be a tight game, like I said, but I just see Bournemouth winning this one. I mean, Forest might just, pull out a surprise because they do well away from home as well. At least Anfield can attest to that they do well away from home. But yeah, I'm going for Bournemouth win. Brighton versus Everton. I'm going for Brighton to win 3-2. Don't ask me why. I just think Brighton, they'll be buoyed by that win against against Man United. Everton will also be happy with their win, but I don't think they travel very well, Everton. So it doesn't matter if they've got a new coach, it might still be the same result. So they might play better, but they might not, get over the line and get that result. So I'm going for a 3-2 win to Brighton. Liverpool versus Ipswich. Well, Ipswich has just come from a drubbing from Manchester City, so they'll try and be more cautious in this game against Liverpool. But I still see Liverpool getting past them easily. I see Mo Salah maybe getting back into his scoring ways in this game and getting maybe a brace or something, or a brace of assists. So yeah, I'm going for Liverpool to beat Ipswich 4-1. Because I just think they'll be too strong for Ipswich. Southampton versus Newcastle. I'm going for Newcastle away. Yeah, 3-1. I'm going for Newcastle to win away from home 3-1. Because Southampton, they ended up showing a bit of fight in that game against Forest. But will they carry it on? Will they try and make sure they do better against Newcastle? Yeah, I'm going to go for a Newcastle win. Wolves versus Arsenal. It's another good game. I'm not sure what's going to happen in this game because I would love to say Arsenal would just win comfortably, but we know the problem with Arsenal at the moment. They're not firing on all cylinders, so it depends on which Arsenal turns up. If the Arsenal we know turn up and try to play their normal game, they should win this at least by a 2-goal margin. So with that in mind, I'm going to go for Arsenal to win 3-1 away from home. What else did you think I was going to predict? A Wolves win? Come off it. Man City versus Chelsea. Big game, star game of the week. Maresca going to his old boss. See what happens. Can he pull out a surprise there? I do not think so. And at the time of this recording, Man City had just lost their Champions League game, so they'll be hurting really bad. So I'm thinking if Man City are back playing good football the way we know them to, they should win this one. It will be very, very difficult, but they'll end up getting the result that they need. And I'm going for City to win 2-1. Crystal Palace versus Brentford. It's a London derby, you would say. And I'm going for Crystal Palace to win 2-1. Brentford, they play very well, but I don't think they travel well as well. So I'm going to say Crystal Palace will just be too strong for them and would be able to get that result that they need. Tottenham versus Leicester. Tottenham, as of recording as well, won their Europa League game, so they would want to kick off from there. But it's going to be a tricky one because they have got loads of injuries. A full squad, it could end up being a full starting 11 that's injured. So that's a lot of injuries. So it'll be interesting to see if they can still get over the line against Leicester. But I've just predicted 3-0. It might not be 3-0 looking at it now, but I'm going to stick with my prediction and say 3-0 to Tottenham. Yeah. Aston Villa versus West Ham. Aston Villa versus West Ham. This is going to be an interesting game. And Villa also coming from a defeat from their own Champions League game against Monaco, would want to right the wrong here and make sure they get back into winning ways in the league. So they drew their last game with Arsenal, remember? So this one they would want to win. And I see them giving Graham Potter's side a very good game and winning. So I'm going to go for Aston Villa to beat West Ham 2-0. 2-0 to Aston Villa. Then the last game of the week, Fulham versus Man United. Man United, you don't know what to expect from them. As of recording as well, they won their Europa League game, and it was a good way to win because they played against Rangers. It was a very, very tough game, but they got the result at the end. So would they be buoyed by that coming into their league game? I'm not sure, because Man United, the one thing I've noticed, they don't win back-to-back games. They find it difficult to win back-to-back games, so this might just be too early for them to get that result. Yeah, so I'm going to say Fulham will beat Man United 2-1. Fulham will beat Man United 2-1. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the table, our table at the end of Game Week 22. So here is the table, and you would see that Finn is at the top. So well done to him. And Yema still chasing. And you can see the table. Yeah, anyway, that brings us to the end of our predictions for this week. What are your predictions for Game Week 23? Do you think Man City will beat Chelsea? Do you think Arsenal can get a result away from home? Do you think Ipswich can pose any threats against title-chasing Liverpool? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for joining us. It's been a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Don't check this.